Hello, hello.
Hey, everybody. I was right. I was guessing it was Cindy that was in there chatting.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Deb, Wendy, Kira, Cindy, Kathy, Mama Z's, Mimsy, Lori, Life's Just Ducky,
Yeah. It's Tammy.
Shushin's Tory Plants. Hello.
Tammy's got some root cuttings on the way. Or will be
Will
on
be,
the way.
yep.
Not quite yet. We were frozen this weekend.
Hi, Emily. Watching us make chicken thigh tacos. We had
Oh, that
some
sounds good.
chicken and noodles. I made a
Yeah, kind of a enchilada pasta.
it had
I guess.
crushed
I don't know what
tomatoes,
you would call it.
green enchilada sauce.
It was creative, but it was good.
Put some other seasonings in there, and then
Yeah.
just with the little narrow, kind of. Well, I guess they qualify as egg noodles. I mean, they are.
Yeah, they're egg
They're
noodles.
kind
They're
of
just
the
really
Amish
skinny.
Amish style
Yeah,
noodles.
Amish noodles. For
So-
I was going to make chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
But we just
Kinda
got creative instead.
Spiced it up a little bit. The Robertson's Belly Acres. Hello. Southern Bless Homestead. Is it Patty or Mac?
Yeah.
The elderberry roots look wicked.
Wicked.
We got a dusting of snow. That's all
Yeah.
we got.
Just frozen, but not.
Yeah. In
just
fact, I think
cold.
we thought we were done yesterday, and then overnight it looked like it had a little dusting on it.
Yeah, I think so
On
too.
the
Because it looked like
grass.
everything was freshly covered,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't to begin with. So, well, it was, but the kids kind of made a mess out of it,
Yeah.
and the animals.
Yeah, it was literally flooding rains and tornadoes just east of us, and then 12 hours later, snow. So,
Lori's canning beef and pork broth. Both
yeah,
right now.
you're actually making chicken broth right now.
I am. I actually have chicken broth going right now.
It doesn't ever get canned the whole heat. We usually
We do get through it fast.
she'll pressure cook chicken, and then make pressure cook the broth, and then put 3-4 jars in the fridge. Throughout the week, we'll consume it with
Yeah.
soups or whatever.
Use it to flavor the cooked rice because
Yeah.
it just tastes better
Yeah,
than water.
cook rice in it. Yeah.
Still has about 40 pounds of chicken and broth to do still. You're busy. My
It's
goodness.
Patty eating dinner, listening in. We kind of time it just right with.
I know
with
it's dinner time, yeah.
We usually eat earlier anyway, so it works. We're done.
Yep.
Everybody else can eat dinner.
We're on a weird schedule during the week because you have to go to work so early, so we just kind of keep that weird schedule through the weekend too. Cooking
best.
chili for dinner.
Of course, we kind of laid around a little late this morning.
A little.
We didn't get up on time.
No. Potato chicken soup sounds good too.
Not too cold for Minnesota. No. That was a really cold blast.
Yeah.
Came through. I mean, we had a really cold night last night,
Yeah.
but overall, yeah, it's very mild. Ecocentric's got 2 feet of snow. Keep it there.
2 feet of snow. Wow.
Don't want that.
That doesn't happen here very often.
Very
it's
rare.
rare. Usually,
A
if
lot
we
of
get
soups.
anything measurable, it's a couple inches maybe. Not.
Yeah, if they're saying 6 to 8 inches of snow or something, the world shuts down.
The world shuts down anyway.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
forecasting a chance of snow,
A chance of snow.
of winter weather, and the grocery stores were just blitzed.
Packed, right? Because if any snow happens in Oklahoma, you have to run to the grocery store before it so that you don't die in the hour before it melts.
Yeah.
It's going to melt in an hour, so calm down. You're all right.
Mom Z's eats dinner early also.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat early anyways, as long as we don't snack too heavy in the evening. Sometimes we'll have a little treat, something with a cup of coffee later. But as long as we don't eat real heavy, then because I don't like to eat a
Sleep
big
better.
meal and then go lay down.
No.
And since we have to go to bed early,
Oh, I see Lori hit a meat sale, so she had all kinds of meat to take care of.
Tammy had dill pickle soup and grilled cheese.
I've never had that, but that might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, with grilled cheese, it sounds like it'd be fun. Dill pickle soup.
Bonnie, hello from Tarleton. Howdy, howdy.
All right,
Not
now I'm
too far away.
curious. I'm curious about that. That's got me.
We just have to look it up.
I know. I will. Send me a recipe. I
Yep.
want to.
Wendy, people like French toast.
Yeah.
Milk, eggs, and bread.
I know. What are you going to
Now, I
do?
always thought, it's kind of crazy. You know, if you think the weather's going to go bad and something bad could happen, go load up on perishable items.
That you have to put in the refrigerator in case you lose power.
Because the way it is in Oklahoma, if we have a bad storm and it knocks out the power, it's going to warm back up. Likely before they get the power back on.
Yeah.
If it's a really bad storm, the way the weather swings so much. So if you know it's going to be cold for a long time, I mean, you can buy things and then power goes out if you don't have a generator. You can just move things outside in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not uncommon for it to knock out the power and 2 days later be 60-something degrees.
Right.
And you're not going to want to put
What are
your
you gonna
milk
do with all that?
out on the porch.
Yeah. Yeah, we're supposed to be 60 tomorrow after our frozen weekend.
Oh, timeout.
What's that?
Kira had made her steak too rare and had to throw it back on.
Well, I mean, there is a line. I mean, well, for me anyway. I get that you don't need it like
Well, I don't like it black and blue.
black. Right.
You know, like a lot of people do it, but
Yeah.
you know, medium rare. If it drifts towards the rare side a little bit, as long as it's a good cut of steak, I'm okay with it.
Maybe it was.
But I'm
too
wondering
rare.
if maybe it was medium, and it was too rare for her. 'Cause you never know.
Not sure.
Make soup with fermented dill, green beans, or pickles.
Huh.
Yep, we have to look at that.
Yeah.
She says she'll send the recipe. There
Okay.
you go.
Good. Because I'm curious.
Ecocentric says everyone in rural, get where that means, but it means something different over here.
Yeah.
Perhaps for 1 month at least. Yep.
Yeah. Just makes sense.
Medium well.
It was
No.
very, 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 very red. I get a little red, but not dark red. I'm with you, Kira. I've gotten where I can handle it.
Ebersard,
I
Brett?
prefer it about medium, I guess. I used to
Yeah.
want it
Medium well
dead,
to well.
like cooked
Yeah.
hard. But no, I don't anymore.
Newfoundland.
Okay.
Over here, NFL means take a knee when the national anthem's playing.
Yeah. Football.
Okay, not so much anymore.
No, not as much. That kind of went away.
All right, so who saw the last video? You're trying to think what it was.
I am, because every time you say that, I'm thinking, what did we do last? What was the last video?
The cuttings.
Oh, yeah. Right. Everybody was talking about that's
Yeah.
what we were talking about when we first started. Yeah. Well, I know at least a couple people have seen it because we
Yeah.
were talking about it at the beginning.
So that was a lot of cuttings.
It was a lot. Yes. Yeah, Deb saw the roots.
Elderberries and
Yep.
comfrey. So turned out to be 120 comfrey, 62 elderberry.
Yeah.
So hiding the shovel.
Behind the shovel, yeah. I didn't need it. No shovel needed that time. Ground was soft enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do, especially, if it's summer or hard ground or whatever, but we don't typically dig it up then anyway. But yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
was
got.
easy. Easy enough. It took a little effort, but I got it.
I have a feeling we're about to get really busy with that. So,
Yes.
because not only are we going to have to, we have fill orders, but we've got to
We got to
get
get some
started.
growing, right? Because we need to have some plants by spring for some people around here, local, but also quite a bit by June.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim. I'm guessing again. I keep guessing when it's like groups. I'm assuming
Most
that I know
likely.
who's there. I'm thinking that's Jim. I was
Jessica
right
would
about
probably just
Cindy.
post the little wave. Should the beard get its own greeting?
Yeah. He beard. That beard, though.
Thought about doing a little trimming.
Sherman, you've done it before.
Mainly just
What's in June?
just the sides here. It's getting a little. Anytime it starts to look wider than my shoulders.
Then it's time to groom it down a little bit. It's like, wow.
You have any elderberry for sale? We have cuttings.
Right.
Yep.
Elderberry
Root
root
cuttings.
cuttings.
Don't have
Do.
any started.
No,
No.
not well,
Not
no.
established.
No. local, we will sell plants.
Hey, Nathan.
Anybody local, we'll sell plants in the spring once we have some started. But right now, it's just root cuttings. Brett's asking what's in June.
Yeah, Kira said her anniversary's in June. She's working on a golf trip.
Yes. I'm trying to help, push for that. Not that I have much say in what they're doing for their anniversary, but I still kind of...
Cindy's leaving Gary in charge. Uh-oh.
Hey, Gary. Be nice.
It's usually pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so in June, we're heading to Louisiana. We've mentioned it. We're for sure going.
Yeah.
Bayou Bash.
Samson Farms, they survived the tornadoes, but their home internet's down. Won't get it fixed till next Saturday. Another one of those pluses of living in the country.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Farming at Homestead.
Brett hasn't tried doing elderberry root cuttings yet. Always done
Hardwood
hardwood cuttings. And we haven't done the hardwood cuttings, actually.
Yeah.
We've only
So
done the roots,
I explained it I didn't put it in the video, but I explained to somebody in the comment that was asking why we do root cuttings instead of hardwood cuttings. And, you see where that bush is at and where some of the others. We try to keep them fairly contained. There's a walkway right adjacent there. There's, we do other things around it. So, as you know, that thing will send up shoots out a couple feet from the next closest one.
Yeah.
Right? So, we take the opportunity to pull those shoots up and use those roots. It keeps it contained and it starts well from the root cuttings. So, that's why we do the root instead of the hardwood.
Yeah, it starts really well from the root.
Yeah. I mean, if we needed to prune it back, if the core of it was getting too dense or too thick, too big or whatever, then I'd definitely do the hardwood. I wouldn't waste any of those cuttings.
Right.
And we do a little bit of pruning on it, but usually that's more if limbs are crossing each other and rubbing or something just really out of place. Otherwise, we try to let it go. But so that's why we do the root cuttings. It's not that I prefer or I think one is better than the other.
That's why we started doing it, and it works really well.
Yeah.
So we just continue to do it. Yeah.
Yep. Plan is to be at the bash.
Yeah. Bonnie Guffey is asking when and where we'll be selling elderberry plants. I can't say that word tonight for some reason. Elderberry.
Well, she's fairly local.
So spring.
Yeah,
We'll let local people know because we've got to kind of time out the greenhouse with everything we're trying to get growing in our garden too. So,
yep.
As soon as we have some growing, we'll let everybody local know.
Yep. Yeah, if you can follow us on Facebook at the Heirloom Permaculture page, and there'll definitely be a notice on there for local people when they're available.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Brett put up the vendor applications.
Yep.
For the Bayou Bash. So, if you guys are planning on going and want to be vendors, right there's your link to take care of that.
I got to looking. There'll be a video coming out here soon about the garden planning that we're doing. Mm-hmm. And that time frame of the bash.
It's so busy.
There's so much coming into harvest in the garden.
But we'll work around it.
One
way or another. Yeah, that's going to be busy.
That is.
It is.
I'm thinking that we'll have to coordinate with a neighbor.
Yeah.
That we have to make sure nothing goes bad.
Right.
Whether they get it or something.
Yeah.
So.
Okra and all that should be heavy about that time.
Yeah,
so
I mean there's a whole bunch of stuff that's in harvest right then. So.
Right. We'll get that.
It's like I need to just take off like the middle of June to the middle of July.
They got a couple of boys. We can have them be interns and they can learn it before we head out.
Yeah, I could take off a whole month. I've never done that.
You haven't done that. They would panic.
They get over it.
I guess it happens. People do it. So take off.
So Gary is asking, how's growing all your food for the year going? It's going great. I mean, we're in the process. We're not consuming 100% of food we've grown yet.
No.
We've a good percentage of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're eating a lot of stuff.
I mean, eggs, all the greens, the chicken tonight, all that kind of stuff is ours.
Pulling some stuff out of the pantry, and then but we're definitely not 100%. But we're getting there, and we've got a very, very detailed plan and also some other announcements coming about
John is
growing
the
this year.
spreadsheet guy big time, so he gets it all figured out.
Well,
I'm not saying it doesn't make it easier later, but
Well, see, here's the thing: is
stresses
she's
me out in this
well, see,
process.
just not just that. She'll sit down and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm just getting overwhelmed with all this." I'm like, well,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me get it organized, and then you don't have to worry about the whole season. Just worry about this week and
Right.
kind of look ahead to next week, or maybe even 2 weeks out. What's coming up?
I am very much a grab my notebook, paper, and pen and write down my to-do list for today, and he is
See?
very organized and planned.
So it takes some of the stress away if all that work's done in that organization. Now, that's not to say things aren't going to change, but I don't stress out about that either, really. But having a plan and knowing, hey, is it even look feasible that we can do all of this? So, and it's working.
Yeah.
So
Let's play a
Hey,
game
Brett
like
and
Kira
Cindy's.
says.
hey, Lan,
That was hilarious last
what's
week.
that?
Anna says, let's play a game of Kira says.
Kira said. Hey, North Star,
That was
Appalachian Mercantile. Hello.
very funny.
Yeah, and this is the first year that we've done this detailed of a plan.
Yes, because we have a bigger goal than we've had any other
Yeah.
year. I mean, we have tried to, in the past, of course, during growing season, mostly eat what we grow and can what we are able to, but when it runs out, it ran out. This year, we're trying to go a lot farther.
Kira says she's excited for okra. I didn't realize she switched. Or is that him?
I'm not sure.
I think maybe she logged out and logged back in. Well, we're growing okra this year. We didn't grow okra last year.
We didn't.
Had several requests.
Yeah, all
both
of you
inside the
actually,
house and outside of the house.
Yeah.
So.
Two Bretts. I'm so confused. Who's the real one? And two Cindy's.
Do you have plans for producing your own oils? No.
No. No. So there will be things that we do buy still.
Yeah.
We don't use that much dairy anyway, so I'm not too
Mhm.
worried about not having that. So if we have the need for a dairy, we can purchase that. I'd like to find a good source for it, but we don't.
I like cheese, so
You do.
that's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah. But maybe we can find a good source for some milk and make some
Yeah.
something like that. There's other staples and things that we just can't really take care of
Yeah.
here. So
But the key on those would be try to get to where we're sourcing those things as responsible as we can.
yes,
Some things we're going to the grocery store and we're buying things, but there we're buying the best that we can get.
Yeah.
On most things.
Right.
Or I say the best. It's not necessarily the most expensive, but looking at what's organic, non-GMO, looking at the ingredients, actually taking the time and looking at the ingredients list, and seeing are there all these things. What's the closest to what we could produce if we were doing it.
Right.
So.
Kathy's asking if we have any tips for growing onions.
We
We just started some today.
Yeah. Well, you
Some
started the
seeds.
bunching onions.
Yeah.
And leeks.
And we're waiting on the other seeds to get here.
So we're making changes this year to the way we grow onions, and we're hoping that this will be our most successful year ever.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
We've been hit or miss in the past.
We have.
Honestly.
So this year we're starting from seed early, like today.
Yeah, as soon as it gets here, we're starting
yeah.
to seed.
And we're gonna do it a lot different than we have.
Yeah, Kira says there's a source in Claremore for raw milk and cheese. Yeah, it's Swan Dairy.
Yes.
Swan Dairy.
Yeah. So we might check
Yeah.
something like that out. Because what we can't do ourselves, like we can't responsibly grow beef on our 1 acre. I wouldn't want to do what we'd have to do to grow a cow here. So, we find someone. Well, I mean, you do. You like.
I was just messing with you.
Anyway, so we find someone who is raising cattle the way that we would want to do it ourselves.
Stan was asking how long do onions last for. So, depending upon the variety, it'll affect how long they store. Long day or short day onions, and the sweeter the onions tend to not store as long. Long day onions, if you're going to make a blanket statement, tend to store longer. But if you look at the individual varieties, it usually will say, how good it'll store. But curing them properly has a lot to do with that.
It does.
So curing the skin on them.
And where you store them.
And how you store them, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Our
but I'll tell you, a
pantry
lot
is
of
nice and
ours,
cool.
we end up slicing or chopping and freezing.
Yep.
And we store a lot. We'll keep them in the pantry under the shelving. It's a cool, dry, dark place after curing them.
We do the same with our bell peppers. We chop them or slice them, and a lot of times I'll make like a fajita blend where I slice the peppers and the onions together, and I have them just in a bag ready to go for a meal. So we'll freeze them that way.
Kat says starting from seed, but nervous, might regret it. So we've never started from seed either, but so much stuff says that they're more resistant to disease. You can get larger bulbs because they put the energy into bulbing instead of a flower because it's the first year.
Right.
You just have to start earlier. But to think about it, if you start them inside or in a greenhouse or whatever, clumped up, it's first year. When you pull them out of that container,
It's just like
you've got plants that you would have bought.
Right.
Then the roots are all tangled together in soil, and now you're just planting those, except they've never been in cold storage to think they're now in their second year.
Right.
So it
Because once
makes
they're in their
sense.
second year, then they try to send up the flower and all of that, which prevents the onion from getting as large. So.
Yep. So it makes a lot of sense. It's just starting them from seed.
Right.
So. Brett said, do the hard clay soil onions made smaller bulbs?
Yes.
We've dealt with that before.
We have dealt with that. Our garden is getting much softer over the years with all of the organic matter we've been putting in because we started out with nasty clay back there. Nasty
And we've
clay.
seen different things about how to prune or treat the onions as they're growing.
Yep.
The more leaves they have, the more layers they'll have, so a larger bulb. You see some people say when the leaves fall over, go ahead and snip them off. Others say to make it bulb out, you need to crimp the whole head over.
Yeah. Wow.
Other people say, well, when the head of it crimps over, it just
It's
stops.
going to quit growing. That's its signal to quit.
So there's a lot of contradictory information out there, but just got to kind of go with with who you trust or what you can verify.
Right.
Diana says, had good luck dehydrating onions. That is definitely something you want to do outside.
Yeah, don't do that in your house. Dutch off-grid homesteading says first time here.
Welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, thank you for coming. So I thought we were already friends and just made us friends. Good. We're glad to have you. Mary does the same thing with peppers, onions, mushrooms, all of that.
Yeah, especially if you get them in a frozen in a volume that's a very common amount for your cooking.
Yeah, for your whatever meal you're already going to prepare, and it's easy. Then you just have to thaw out one thing that you're already going to use.
Ecocentric was happy with starting from seed.
Good. Yeah, that's what we're thinking this year. I'm hoping that we like that.
Here's never grown onions or garlic.
Or garlic.
I'd say honestly, it's probably a little late to start garlic this year. We've started it later than you're supposed to start it in the fall. But hey,
Try.
what's it going to hurt if you plant something?
Or
especially if you start with store
get some
bought
of
or
those
something.
garlic chives that I'm wanting so much because we did start too late on most. We only got a tiny bit of garlic in the ground, not enough. So
Nothing
I'm
like
getting
Josh.
I know.
May have to buy some garlic from Josh this year.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the garlic chives, which grow just in your herb garden like chives, but they taste like garlic. So.
Yeah. Anna says dehydrate onions and peppers and garlic outside or you'll
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that in your house. Even there was something else I was dehydrating. Some of the herbs I was making for tea, and it was just way too strong in the house. So we stuck that out on the back porch.
Tammy's asking why you do freeze vegetables. So for just like the onions and peppers and stuff, there's in Ziploc bags.
Well, to freeze them though, initially we put them on a
Well,
cookie
yeah.
sheet.
Yeah, with parchment paper,
Yep.
with wax paper.
I spread them out on a cookie sheet, a baking sheet. Spread them out so they're not touching. I mean, not
layered.
Not layered together. I'll put layers of parchment paper between. That way they're not just clumped together in a big ball. And then after it freezes solid, then I put it in a plastic bag.
So they're still loose. You can just kind of crumble some out of there and right into the skillet.
Yeah.
And we just, anything that's more susceptible to freezer burn, we may use the vacuum sealer.
Yeah.
To get all the air out.
Leeks and chives. We started leeks today.
Yep. From seed.
Yeah, started the leek seeds today. Yes.
Won't see that video till the end of the year.
Right. We'll see a little snippet of it in our other stuff we were
Yeah.
growing today, but we're gonna have a.
So it's a project video, not a vlog.
Right.
Leeks and chives are two of the easiest to grow.
Good. Yeah, chives. I have one plant that's been going for years. It doesn't die back in the winter, and it's still going. Although I had a gopher get into my herb spiral, so I'm going to have to upset it a little bit while I repair that.
Couldn't tell if what the cat got was a gopher or a mole, could you?
I think it was a mole.
All right.
Yeah.
You may have to go hunting then.
Maybe. I say it's a gopher. Something is in my herb spiral.
Well, that's gopher.
It's bad.
That's gopher damage.
It's bad. What does a leek taste like? It's onion,
Very
but
mild
milder.
onion.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw a recipe today. Leeks was sauteed, butter, and then cheese was mixed in, and then what did he put in there or over it? Put it over.
I don't know that I was paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wasn't in the room. I'm saying I wasn't paying attention.
Kathy, the sweatshirts are available on our Teespring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know if one of the mods might be able to put a link to the Teespring.
Yeah. I know I have a link on my... I think we probably have it at the bottom.
It's in the description.
In the description somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep. It's comfortable too. I wear it all the time. I wear it a lot.
Yeah, I can't remember what put that in something with the leeks, the cheesy. It wasn't just that.
Oh, that sounds good, Kira. So that you did leeks and carrots with lemon and thyme roasted in the oven for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I was excited too. I was checking out because we haven't grown leeks before, and we're growing a lot.
Yeah.
A bunch. So I was kind of worried about how to store them, and there are several ways. You could dehydrate them. You could freeze them. You could do actually what I do with chive blossoms mostly, but any of the herbs where I put it in olive oil and freeze it in little ice cubes.
Yeah.
That way you just use what you need for that meal. You pull out however many cubes you need and you stick it in the skillet. So you could do the same with the leeks. So I'll probably do that.
That's a lot of olive oil.
Yeah.
Any advice for squash bugs?
Right, no.
I'm following that.
Yeah. We're watching. Who has good advice for squash bugs?
Yeah. What's favorite meal to make?
Who, me?
I don't know. Tammy's asking. Like, you can answer.
Okay, what's your favorite meal to make? I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe our homemade pizza. Everybody likes that.
Yeah.
What do we make a bunch? I like chili. Maybe just because it's been winter, I've been on a chili kick lately, and I think everybody's getting tired of me being on a chili kick lately. But that's good.
Like cornbread dressing.
Cornbread dressing, is that what your favorite?
I don't know.
Bread, actually. I just love baking bread, but that's not really a meal. You just eat all the bread. Don't need all the bread, but I like it.
Hey, Shelly Scott.
Creamy potato leek soup. That sounds good too. Yeah, nothing wrong with chili. Tacos. We make homemade. I'd say maybe it's actually when we do our chicken fajitas.
Yeah.
Especially like in the summer when we have, or actually this year once we have everything growing and frozen, our peppers and our onions and our chicken and the homemade tortillas.
From scratch.
Yep. That's probably it. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I still got to buy you a tortilla press.
Yeah.
That'll speed that process up a lot.
Oh my goodness. Rolling each one out takes a while. The press would be faster.
Yeah, much faster.
Yeah. Yeah. Bread.
Yeah, the homemade pizza. Make the crust, make the sauce.
Yeah.
We've even made the mozzarella in the past.
We have.
Made the cheese, so.
Yep. Yeah. I'm getting so hungry. I know. Sorry. We do that to people every time, like every week. It ends up being like food talk. But that's okay. Yeah. I like making bread a lot. Make hamburger buns and all of it.
Yeah.
Haven't done that in a while, but yeah.
Abby has Mexican cornbread in the oven right now.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
What are you having it with? Anything?
Yeah.
Or just butter?
Kathy just finished a bowl of homemade chili.
Shepherd's pie. Yep. We have that a lot.
Yeah. I will be honest with shepherd's pie.
She cheats.
Cheat. I don't bother with putting the potatoes on top and then sticking it back in the oven, which is good and it gets that nice crust. But we just put a scoop of the mashed potatoes in the bowl and put everything on top of it. Yeah. I cheat on a lot of meals. We have almost stuffed peppers and deconstructed cabbage rolls. Basically, if I have to make it and then stick it in an oven and finish cooking it, I don't do that step.
Even our chicken enchiladas don't go back in the oven.
Don't.
They get made up and the sauce poured over and
There you
a little
go.
cheese on top.
Yeah.
Good to go.
I'm like, why am I cooking it twice? This is going to work. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, the almost stuffed peppers is basically like everything you would make.
If we have
except-
company, we might throw it in the microwave
I
and
might.
melt the cheese for them. No.
Maybe. Almost stuffed peppers is basically everything you would think of in a stuffed bell pepper, except I just chop up the pepper and stick it in the pot too.
Yeah.
I go easy. I got too much to do. Anyways,
favorite
cabbage
is
roll casserole.
Quebec
Yes, see, I
shepherd's
get
pie.
lazy.
I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know. And I have actually had someone gripe at me because I said shepherd's pie. And if you're not actually using like lamb, I think it's
No.
lamb, then it's not actually shepherd's pie. Then it's another name because you're using, I don't know.
Beef.
It's like, whatever.
Okay. Rancher's pie.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Cattleman's pie.
I
Oh,
think
that's
there
not
is
bad.
a-
Cattle pie.
That's
too
gross.
close.
Let's not do that.
Cow pie.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically if it's a casserole, I just skip the casserole step.
It's another dirty dish.
I get it almost there and then throw it
Yeah, I
in the
like
bowl.
cabbage rolls. I like cabbage rolls. She doesn't like the true kind of Lebanese flavored
They're
cabbage
okay.
rolls
They're fine.
with
And
cinnamon and all that.
well, that's how we do the deconstructed
Yeah,
cabbage
but
rolls.
it's
I
not
just
the
chop it all
same.
up. Right, it's not.
It's not.
I know.
I mean, even doesn't have the exact same taste.
Right.
Because that ends up being more cabbage than
It does.
stuffing.
It's a lot more cabbage than stuff. That's true.
It's like a flavored cabbage dish.
Like chicken pot pie, but with the biscuits more on top. Yeah, I've done that too. I do that, and I will cook that in the oven, obviously, because the biscuits have to cook. So, yeah, I get. I know you could call it lazy, or you could just call it faster. I don't have time.
Call it what you want, as long as it's ready
As
when I'm
long as
hungry.
it's time to eat.
Lives. We started doing lives in
June
June or July.
or July. I was surprised how many we had done. But by the
Yeah.
time we did our 1 year wrap up
Yeah.
thing, and we were talking about how many lives we had done, I was shocked that we had already done that many.
I don't remember how many subs.
Subs we were.
Oh, did you have? Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't either.
Honestly, don't remember.
I'd have to go back and look and see where we were in June or July. I'm not sure.
Maybe
I was gonna
a
say
couple thousand.
That's what I was gonna say, about 2,000 maybe. At that time. Not sure. Yeah, we just hit 3,600, didn't we?
Yep.
Yep. Thank you to every one of you.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Slow
Especially
and
every one
steady.
of you, because you guys are our weekly, like,
Come and hang out.
hang out with us.
Sunday might have to be a food live or something.
I know.
That's why
We may have to just start.
Thank you, North Star.
Thank you.
Oh no, not groupies.
No. Friends,
Homies,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
All on the same plane here.
Absolutely. Anything most people use before we use deer. I would be fine with using deer if we had some deer meat.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you. You ought to go get something, put it in the freezer.
I think it's done. Season's done.
It
now.
is done. Too late this year. Boy, we have a friend. I don't think she's with us tonight right now. They had a bunch of meat. Oh my gracious.
Yeah, they
Bison.
harvested a 2,000-pound bison.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're processing it themselves. That's the wow.
They decided to be ambitious. Woo!
Yeah, I don't know the background on the harvesting, but
I don't either.
but that's a
Yeah.
chore.
Yeah. That's crazy. Kira says there are permies. Yeah, bison is delicious. I'm amazed that they decided to undertake harvesting that whole thing themselves, getting it all
Hey,
processed.
Overlook Valley.
Wow.
There you go. Shot we can go cut up yesterday. Oh, we shot one we go cut up yesterday. I wonder if maybe that's on deer.
Yeah.
The bison,
Mary.
they don't have a channel.
No, they don't.
No, just friends, viewers.
Mary wants to know if she can be in the club. All of you are.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're all our
Yep,
friends.
Gary is on deer.
Okay. Yep, we have to maybe do that next year.
If
A
we
little
have
too late
time.
this year. Huh?
If I have time, or I don't know, have a look.
Gotta make time.
Yeah.
You used to make time to hunt. It just depends on what you want to make your time for.
I'll make sure it's one really busy time. You got everything to take care of, right?
Well,
I'll bring it home here. Process this.
life was a little different when you used to
Here,
go hunting all the
process
time.
this. Go watch
Ew.
Gary's video and process.
Yeah. Watch Gary. He'll show you how to handle it. Yikes.
How many elderberries do we have on the homestead? We've really only got
Currently, we have two like
main places. Yeah.
full size growing. We actually have about 10 others that I planted last year, but they are like.
Oh yeah, we got
That's
the
all.
small ones. That's right. Actually, it was more than 10.
But that's I think all that
Yeah.
survived.
Yeah.
We
And
tried it up
those
against-
were cuttings that we didn't root. We didn't do anything.
Yeah, we just stuck them
we
in the
cut
ground.
green growth and stuck it in the ground.
Yep.
It's kind of a test to see
What would happen
And,
in just an area we were kind of.
taking advantage of. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess about 10 of them took.
Yeah.
So
Well, last I looked, I'll have to check and see how they're doing come spring if they're. But towards the end of last summer, there was
Yeah.
about 10 of them that did all right.
So remember, or if you don't already know, everything we're doing is on 1 acre.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to be very, if we want a lot of variety,
Yeah.
we don't get to use a whole lot of
Right.
we use a lot of perennials. We have a lot of perennial stuff, but we want a large variety of perennial too.
Yeah.
So I can't just do rows and rows of the same thing.
Right.
I guess we could if we really wanted that much of something.
If that's what we were just really determined to have. But honestly, out of our two main elderberry bushes now, because they're fairly large, we got 9 quarts
Yeah.
of berries that I froze.
We're in northeast Oklahoma.
Yeah. So for us, that
was
works.
plenty.
It was plenty.
Yeah. Now, if we were trying to sell berries,
Yes.
something, we would need a lot more.
Right. But for us to have elderberries, for me to make elderberry syrup and all that during the winter, we got plenty.
Little critter.
Tammy has 1/8 an acre. We started on a pretty small lot when we
Mm-hmm.
very first started doing things, got our first chickens and first garden and all that. We were in just a small city.
I don't know if it qualifies as an 1/8 an acre.
I don't know either. It's a
Yeah, it
postage
was-
stamp in town.
It was,
small.
let's see, 10, 7, 60. Well, it was a little wedge shaped,
Yeah,
barely. I mean, it was almost rectangular.
right.
And so the house was 50 wide, and there was about 8 feet on either side. So about
Yeah.
65 foot wide and 120 from the street to the back fence.
It was pretty
Maybe
small. Yeah.
it was pretty small.
Yeah, Kira's on 1/5 of an acre. So yeah, we did that too. That's how we started. Also, was in town,
Yep.
small city lot, and you can grow a lot of stuff there still.
Yeah.
We can grow a lot more on 1 acre.
Most of growing year's worth of food. How large is the garden? So we've actually got several garden areas. They're different kind of layouts. We've got a lot of perennial stuff laying out on contour. Then we have 575 linear feet of 30-inch wide beds
Yeah.
right now. What do they call it? Semi-permanent raised beds or whatever. Market garden style
Right.
beds. We've got about 450 feet of them out front,
Mm-hmm.
and the remainders in the back.
Yeah.
Then the ones in the back are intermixed among the fruit trees. And
They're
things.
they're kind of in the food forest area. So we
Yeah.
have a row of fruit trees and then a row of garden bed. And then more fruit trees and more perennials, and then another garden bed.
Yeah. And so that's all of that is on 2 quarters, so
Yeah.
they're opposite. We'll use another. Then it's not divided into distinct quarter acre.
No.
It's just different corners of the property.
I'd say
We'll use another one for the pastured poultry.
garden space is less than a half an acre.
Oh,
Less,
way less.
Yeah.
Garden space is
Probably closer to a quarter,
Closer
right?
to a quarter
Yeah.
of true square footage is less or less.
Yeah. And then we have the chickens, and we'll run meat birds in another area this year too. So.
Yeah, we ought to do that one time and measure out how many total square feet.
Yeah.
Of
exactly how much.
If we
garden
actually did it
space.
on square feet of intensive gardening, like the garden beds,
Right.
and then square foot of
Perennial.
what is it intended and considered garden area, all of the rest of the food forest area and the perennial part up front, which isn't garden beds, and then see what square footage really is.
Yeah.
Because I bet we get a pretty big return on the amount of square footage we use. Because to say we're doing it on an acre isn't exactly. I say that I think that is 1 full acre in production.
Right, and it's not.
It's not that.
We live on an acre.
Yeah. The
We also
property is an acre.
We also live in a neighborhood, so
Yeah.
we've kept our front yard a front yard.
Yep.
So that it's it's got
It's still lawn.
it still has comfort.
Yeah. It's comfort in the flower bed, but the yard is lawn.
Yes, lawn with a tree and.
But I was thinking today, man, it's nice flat. If you buy, never mind over there. But it's nice flat land.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we should probably keep a front yard since we're in the neighborhood.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Gary wants to know how many pounds of food we end up producing this year. We'll have to.
We'll have to try to stay on top of that.
Yeah, we need to keep track of it so we actually know what we're doing. I mean, what we
It'll be tough to remember to do it every time.
Yeah.
To weigh it.
Right. Last year I did weigh our peppers, but I can't remember now.
It was 39 pounds of jalapenos.
Yes.
On those 2 big harvests.
Right.
Off of 35
but then there
plants.
was a little bit more. So it's probably 45 pounds of jalapenos. There was, I want to say, about 20 pounds of the sugar rush peach.
It was 18.
18?
Yeah.
And then bell peppers, I don't even know. There was a lot.
Yeah, it was by volume, not by weight.
So many.
Yeah, it's hard to stay on top of, unless you just ingrain that in your process. If you do all of your harvesting, and bring it in and weigh it.
Right.
It's not. We ain't got enough to try to stay on top of without weighing it too.
Well, yeah, that's true. I know we weigh our meat birds every week when we're growing those.
Yeah.
Check out before we, just get in the habit of what we need to do on top of everything else. On top of everything.
It's on you.
Else. Yay.
Yeah, we can do edible flowers and decorative kale up front.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make it. I mean, you can still make it really pretty.
Mm-hmm. And you're using useful things.
Right.
Oh, you still haven't done the pickled stuff taste test.
Oh, yeah.
Kira need to do that.
Kira, yeah.
She just said live hot pepper taste test.
I did that already.
Yeah. We need to do the, what is it, pickled stuff.
Pickled food. We were supposed to do that. All right.
Move this
Weren't you guys waiting for donations or something so that people can send me things to eat? We'll do it.
I know Kira's in.
Yeah, Kira, I'll do it. I did the hot pepper thing. Whatever.
Hey, Food Forest next door.
Says can't keep up. Keep a couple tons probably with the meat birds, eggs, pork, beef. Oh, I can't imagine because the meat that they harvest and everything too.
Have we logged the chickens every year? We could come up with a total on
meat birds.
On meat birds probably pretty quick.
We could probably come up with a.
I know I populated another spreadsheet last year, but
actually that one's really good for food, for feeding. That's actually really good. Maybe we'll share that when we get our meat birds this spring.
Yeah.
On how we feed and.
Need to make that a one of those Google Docs or whatever.
Yes. Yep. Kira's excited to expand to the front. Build that fence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that today a little, whether or not we need to put a fence around the front garden just to keep animals or whatever out.
Yeah.
Because we've never depended on it, the front garden, quite
To
so
the
much.
scale that we're going to this year, right?
So before, if somebody's dog got in there and tore stuff up, or if you know, rabbits, we've seen rabbits in there or
yeah,
whatever.
occasionally.
You know.
I don't think we ever had really any dog issues. I mean, they would go by it, but I don't.
Well, we don't know. We've seen a lot of dogs go by at night in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't know if they're going over through the garden. You know, I really don't want to go over there to harvest something and find evidence that a dog was there.
Yeah.
Oh, Kira may not do the fence.
Maybe not.
I think she's moving instead.
Did you guys find bigger property for all your animals that you're trying to convince Steven that you need?
Dutch off-grid homesteading can only have 6 chickens.
Yes, that's the way we were at first.
I'm not much for breaking the rules. I'm a pretty straightforward guy. But I would say that with meat birds, you probably could raise a few of those at a time, even in town,
Yeah.
even if you had your 6 layers.
Right.
Because the meat birds are quiet.
They're so quiet.
Nobody will ever know you got
process
them.
them very fast, too.
And as long as you're moving them so that you're not getting any kind of smell from them being in one place for a long time, if you can move them around on the grass or whatever.
Plus, don't most, I know, or, you know, like some cities and stuff, they have where you can have younger birds.
Yeah.
Below a certain age, you can have more.
Yeah. So, yeah, and those will never get over
8 weeks.
8 to 9 weeks.
Depending on what variety.
I mean, they look like a full-grown bird when they're done, but
yeah.
So you got to check closer and make sure that there's not some type of accommodation or something in the rules that you might be able to have additional birds because they're staying young. But yeah, the meat birds, you know,
they're so quiet.
They don't make any noise
at all.
So
just gonna put the beds up and see how it goes. Kira.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 to 16 chicks if they're under 12 weeks. That's what I think a lot of cities have that, a similar thing. Like once they're full laying hens, like you can't have roosters and you can only have 6 like hens. But I think under a certain age you can have more.
Where we're zoned agriculture.
Yes.
So we can do 100 birds. Mm-hmm. And we've blown that away before.
Twice that.
Yeah, but you know, and most of those numbers are to keep it from being an issue with the neighbors and all that. But if you do things the right way, the concerns with the smell and the noise and the flies and the vermin and all that you can avoid that. So
yeah. Lori Tanner's gonna get chickens this year. 8 chickens this year.
There you go.
I'm gonna warn you that number gets bigger.
Quail are very quiet. When we had them, they weren't like obnoxious loud, but you could listen to them.
They sang all the time. That was the one thing I really did enjoy about them is listening to them. They're singing their little songs. It was really pretty. But they weren't loud.
No. Maybe she's got all females. No, because they'd be loud. What?
Oh my goodness. Last place permanent homestead lived, they couldn't have any agriculture animals. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing it's the last place and not the current place.
Right. That's why you move.
Lori wants to get 3 pigs too.
They definitely have their place. We have discussed whether they would be helpful for us or not, but since we don't.
Not here.
No.
No. Ducks for Kira. Not Chris Pratt will cave in.
I don't know that he will. Just ordered.
Just ordered 9 chicks from Meyer Hatchery.
Yep. Got it whittled down. Gotta whittle it down to 4 hens.
Yeah, chicken math.
Chicken math does happen. It's real. We just downsized, but we're about to have to get.
Yeah, it's time to rotate.
Yeah. We need new layers and Call out some of the.
We need to start watching for a
Owls.
broody hen.
Yeah.
So we might have to break the rooster off with a smaller number, and then just brood some out. So
The blue Australorps tend to go broody a lot in the. Not this time of year, but.
right.
She's
Uh-oh.
about to have more chicks.
And I got Fermented Homestead in trouble.
Uh-oh.
I'd get so many more seeds now.
Well, that too.
We've got,
Everybody says chicken math, but I'm telling you, seed math happens.
we're still
too.
waiting on quite a bit of seed order.
We are. We
Hopefully.
should get some
Some tomorrow. And then some more.
soon, I hope.
The ones we need here now are the
Are
ones I don't know when we're
we
going
don't
to
know when
hear.
they're coming, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Kira's blue Australorp went broody.
Oh, and introduced Fermented Homestead to M.I. Gardner.
Oh,
Actually, I think that's the order we're
that's what's
supposed
supposed
to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
M.I. Gardner.
We have an order from there. Yeah, that is, I think, the one that's coming tomorrow.
Gary does cow and pig math.
We don't have land to do cow and pig math.
Yeah, if we were on property with really overgrown area, I'd definitely look at pigs. Get in there, pigs and then goats and chickens. You know,
Yeah.
'cause they serve different purposes. But yep, no need for that right now.
Danny has pigs and meat cow at her friend's home. Dairy cows 40 minutes away. Yeah, that's a good way to do it if you have a place
Yeah.
where you can let them grow somewhere else.
Seed math.
Yeah, it happens. It's real. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if get a good deal on seed.
I know. Our onions. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we ended up. How many onion seeds do we have coming?
8,400.
8,400 onion seeds. Yeah.
About that front yard.
Well, I don't know about that.
We could sell onions.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we have a bunch of onion seeds coming because to get the small pack,
Oh, not Chris Pratt's looking at the whole seed catalog. Yeah.
I told her to do baby steps and she'll
Yeah.
slowly win him over. Just don't, overload him all at once. But you had to get the small pack of seeds wasn't enough.
Yeah, no, there's only 300.
But then the next step up was like very
Yeah,
little
what-
price
yeah.
difference, but a ton of seeds. So
She needs to introduce not Chris Pratt to World Naked Gardening Day. It's first Saturday in May.
they live in
That's
town.
what got you hooked?
No, it's not. No. Not even close. That's hilarious. Are you direct seeding your onions? We're starting them in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
And then we will plant
Transplant
them out. I don't remember when. You have to pull out your spreadsheet.
I got notes here.
Oh, yeah. All those notes that I went through and researched.
Well,
I think the onions
February
are
16th.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so somewhere around there. Which is why we need them here now.
I know.
We need them growing.
Yes, we need them growing quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, put up stand in the front yard. Yeah, we've talked about a market stand.
We have kind of a honor system kind of thing. We have talked about that, and it could happen.
Yeah.
Especially when we get
Till
overloaded
a
with
man
eggs.
tries to
and
squash it.
like, I never know what you're going to say.
They don't want us breaking up the system.
Right. Oh my goodness. Laura's been buying seeds. She finds them coming out in the stores. Everybody's buying seeds.
Where to get seeds in bulk? So we actually get seeds from several different places. So the onions and peppers came from Sustainable Seed Company.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually a division of True Leaf Market where we buy our cover crop. Then we buy bulk packages from Baker Creek.
Yeah.
We've been looking at a bunch of stuff from Johnny Seeds because they do a lot of bulk. Even Baker Creek has I think they just rolled out a bulk seed website.
Oh, did they?
heirloomseeds.com. I looked at it the other day, and it was very minimal. And it may just be what they have,
Right.
but there's something there. So yeah, we buy a lot of last year's seeds. Also, a lot of people around here will do buy one get one or buy one get two.
Yep. Right now.
Yeah, right now.
They're getting rid of last year's seeds. So right now is actually a good time to head to your nursery because no one's there. And everything is buy one, get one at least.
Yep, there you go. Bay Creek Market Garden bulk seeds, heirloomseeds.com. In fact, we were buying some bulk seed from them before that, because if you go in and look on the website, it'll say some things are available in bulk. Like carrot seeds we bought, kale, I don't remember what else.
Yeah, no one's there. We like our public places to be empty. Deb's laughing because I said no one's there. At the nurseries.
Nursery?
Yeah. It's a perfect time to go shopping.
Yeah, they kind of look up when you walk in like, whoa, what?
Someone
you lost?
came in. Why are you here? It's January. I was actually in a nursery on January 2nd, which is hilarious because someone had posted.
I haven't bought anything from the plant store all
year. I haven't bought anything from the plant store. It's like, I just did actually today. Yeah. Okay, Wendy's saying Hudson Valley Seed Library has homestead packs and farm packs.
Look at that.
Yeah. Lori can't plant till late May. Yeah, the zones make a difference when it can go in the ground. And then also, if you're making your own microclimates, like greenhouses or, covered
low tunnels
or
coal frames.
Right.
Cattle panel greenhouse.
All of those things make a difference. But definitely we do get to start sooner than
the problem.
others.
What you got to be careful though is that garden anxiousness or whatever. Start stuff in the greenhouse that will grow in the greenhouse, but then it's ready to go in the ground way before outside is ready to receive it. So
I won't say which one of us gets that.
It's the person that plants 250 tomato plants in January.
You
and
get
they're like
anxious.
This
You're
big.
the one that gets anxious to get started. But then I do too much. So yeah. And then I'm like, wait, it's not warm enough to put it out yet.
But it's 90 degrees in the greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Deb likes her public places.
Yeah, that's another one.
Deb likes her public places empty too.
Yeah, me too.
So do our homeschool children.
Introverts unite. Alone.
Yeah.
At your own house.
Right. Our homeschool children are the same way. They go out in summer to the library and they're like, who are all these people invading my library? It's funny.
Yeah, I'm not a crowd person. Now, if I run into you, I'm going to be very friendly and...
Well, you like people.
It's
you just don't like
I don't like crowds.
5,000 people in the same room.
Yeah, I do find small groups or whatever, especially people that you have something in common with. But trying to small talk with, downtown type people, no.
Yeah.
I'm like the guy sitting on the swing and all the memes that
Nobody
at a party and nobody wants
soil.
to talk. You mean there's good dirt and bad dirt?
Yeah. Kira, better in small groups. Yes, I like small groups too.
Jim's a shadow in public.
Really? Are you? Because you seem like you're probably one of the
He probably is
outgoing of all of us.
He's attached to everybody. Yeah, we get late freezes. We're going to play the odds.
We do. So
we actually have enough row cover and plastic and everything now.
Fine, yeah.
That we can build.
Frost date, technically April 1st.
Yeah.
But it's not unusual to have like a late snow.
Yeah. Actually, our latest
7th.
recorded freeze or frost was in the 1st of May.
Yeah.
So, it's 7 o'clock.
It's kind of a gamble. Oh, it is. We're just enjoying talking to our friends here. Most creators are actually injured. Yeah, that's true. I've actually heard that about a lot of performers and all that too.
Yeah.
That a lot of people that do that are actually very private introvert people. Yeah. Wendy, it was great to meet you too. I'm glad you got in touch with us. That was really nice.
Have to meet Kira next time you get a chance too.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, it is 7 o'clock. I think we better wrap it up, and everybody probably want to go check out Roots and Refuge Live. So
Yeah.
appreciate you hanging out with us again. As always, there should be a video out in the next couple days, hopefully.
Yeah, just whenever
Yep.
get a chance to get that edited.
And then we've got a couple more in the works, some big news coming. So watch for those. I don't want to give it away, but some stuff coming. So
Yeah.
yeah. So everybody have a good week. It's already the middle of January.
Yes.
It'll be February before we know it.
Anybody else who's going to the Bayou Bash as a vendor, go
Yep.
check that out. Links way up in the comments.
Yep, scroll
so
back in comments.
if you need to rewatch the whole thing again and find
Yep.
it, that's okay.
But y'all have a good evening, a good week, and we'll see you in just a few days.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.